Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. First, I want to apologize for not posting this video last night. We just ended up playing all day with our oldest yesterday and before he went back to school this morning for the first time. And I tucked him in last night and completely crashed with him. So I promise I will be more consistent now that school's back in session, but I felt like I owed that to you. So sorry for this video being posted a little bit later than expected, but we're still perfectly on course in our efforts to get ready for Monday. So like I promised in my last video, I want to dedicate this video to our eating plan and really figuring out the container system, looking at the food lists, and just encouraging you to be a student of your eating plan. Y'all, 80% of your results are going to come from your nutrition over these next 30 days, okay? So it will serve you well to know the container system, know the food list, and really stick to it. When I got my greatest results, when I first started this journey in 2015, in January of 2015, I followed the eating plan to a T. I used my containers. If it wasn't on the food list, I didn't eat it. I, for 60 days, was militant about everything I put in my mouth. And the results that I achieved in those 60 days were out of this world. All right, and I have since continued to lose weight. I lost additional weight after those 60 days. But I'm going to tell you what, this summer, I bust my butt every day. I work out every day. I drink my Shakeology every day. But I've been pretty lazy about my containers and making sure I'm eating the right foods and the right proportions to each other and the right portion sizes. And that's what this program does in a very simplified way for you. I've kind of fallen off the wagon. So my results have been stalled. And so I'm going to be recommitting with you on Monday to following my containers down to a T. Eating clean, yes, I've been doing that most of the summer, but also eating clean in the right amounts. That is crucial. All right, so please read this book. I know you're busy, but read it cover to cover, and I'm going to spend the next few minutes just highlighting the main points. Use the group to ask questions too. Once you are done reading the book, comment in the comment section underneath this video, or create a new post in our group and start firing questions. Let's get this figured out together. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is learn what you put in each of these containers. You do have little labels you get in your goodie bags to label the containers to help you remember if you'd like to put the labels on, but your greens are veggies, your purples fruits, your proteins are, your red's protein, your yellow's carbs, and your blue's healthy fats. Your orange is for seeds and dressings. I will post in the comment section below this video an actual measurement breakdown for each of these. But just know your green container and your purple container are each 1 cup. Your red container is 3/4 cup. Your yellow container is 1/2 cup. Your blue container is 1/4 cup. And your orange is 2 tablespoons. Once you figure out what goes in each of those containers, you want to figure out how many of those containers you're going to get each day. And to do that, you're going to follow this simple formula in the eating plan. I figured mine out. I'm going to share my weight with you. So full vulnerability. For step 1, I'm going to put in that I weigh 168 pounds. I multiplied that by 11 to get my caloric baseline, which is 1848. I added 300, I went on to step 2, and I added 300 calories to that caloric baseline. So 1848 plus 300 equals my maintenance calories, which is 2148. If you are not wanting to lose weight, you would stop there. You would take that number and you'd go over to the container chart and figure out the number of containers you will get each day. I think most of us are in here looking for some weight loss along with some other health goals. So we would move on to step 3. If you want to lose weight, you then take your maintenance calories and you subtract a 750 calorie deficit to get your final calorie target range. So 2148 is my maintenance calorie number. I subtracted 750 to get 1398. So I should be consuming around 1400 calories a day to get the results that I want at my current weight doing this Country Heat program. The 21-day fix formula is going to be identical. All right, so I go over to the chart and I see that I should be following plan A. All right, I should be following the plan that keeps me somewhere in between 1,200 and 1,499. All right, so right under 1,500 calories. If I'm following plan A, I get 3 servings or 3 containers of veggies, 3 greens. I get 2 purple containers of fruit, 4 red containers of protein, 2 containers, yellow containers of carbs, and then 1 conserving or orange container of seeds and dressings, and 2 teaspoons of oils and nut butters, right? Once you figure out how many containers you get in a day, you're going to want to decide how you're going to keep track of that. Now, the next video I create, and one of the final videos I'll make for this week and getting prepped and ready, will be on meal planning. But this is one way to keep track of your containers. It's probably the most basic, simplified way, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Keep it simple, particularly if you're just starting on this journey. That's sidebar, little side note. You know, you guys, if you are just starting this journey, consider these first 30 days as a trial, okay? It's not going to be second nature to you to eat cleaner, less processed, to be measuring your portion control every day. It's going to feel foreign and weird at first, and that is so normal. Stay the course, all right? Commit now to not just doing 30 days, but getting your trial run done and then moving on to 60 days, 90 days. By 90 days, you all, not only are you going to be healthier and see the weight loss, see the pounds and the difference in the way your clothes fit and all those awesome, good feeling things, but you're going to realize that this whole system and way of thinking is second nature. You will have completely overhauled the way you think about food, the way you plan food. It'll be amazing if you stick to the program and stay the course. All right, sidebar over. Tally sheeting is a great, quick, simple way to keep track of your containers. I will go again into more detailed meal planning and tracking in the next video, but let's start here. I will upload these tally sheets to our group so you can print them off as PDFs, and you can print as many as you like. You're going to write in, if you're going to use a tally sheet, you're going to write in how many containers you have. You know, so for me, it'll be the 3 veggies, 2 fruits, 4 reds, 2 yellows, the 1 blue, the 1 orange. And then you're going to meal plan accordingly, all right? This plan recommends you eat 6 times a day. If you want to eat 5 times a day, that's okay too. That's usually what I do. There's nothing wrong with that. You just don't want to be eating 2 times a day and eating a ton at each time, or even 3 times. Try to eat between 4 and 6 times a day. So for meal 1, I will normally eat 2 scrambled eggs, a piece of toast, or 2 pieces if it's lighter calorie, and a whole cup of fruit. So that'll be, for me, I would tally for meal 1, my 2 eggs is 1 red, so I hash mark under protein 1. My whole cup of strawberries will be 1 purple, so another tally mark under a purple. And then in meal 1, I had my toast, so that's 1 yellow, 1, 1, and 1. Done. The reason why tally marking is so important is then you can plan ahead when you're doing that. Okay, I had my toast for breakfast. I want a sweet potato with my grilled chicken for dinner tonight, and I only get 2 yellows in a day. So I know for my, meal 3, when I'm making my lunch, I'm going to make a salad or something that does not involve a carb. So hash marking and tallying this way is a great way for you just to see a visual of your day and plan accordingly, so that you're not only avoiding going over in your containers, but you're also ensuring you're getting enough of your containers in. And that brings me to my next point here really quickly. If you feel like you can't get all your containers in, I know many of you right now think the opposite. How am I ever not going to get all my containers in? These containers are tiny. I'm going to be starving. That's not true. When you're eating clean and you're eating nutrient-dense foods, you will be shocked at how full you will feel. You will have the opposite phenomenon at first occur, where you'll feel like you can't get all your containers in. Try to get all your containers in every day. If you can't, the next best thing is to make sure you are balancing your containers. Don't just not eat any of your green containers because you don't like veggies. Find ways to eat and prep veggies that aren't just disgusting for you, okay? Try to have a nice representation of each of the containers, each of the food groups every day. Throw a cup of spinach in your shake. You can't even taste it if you're not a veggie person, etc. All right? Second thing I want to point out on these lists is the more nutrient-dense, bang for your buck foods are going to be at the top of your lists. So everything on these lists is a go. None of these foods are bad, but if you want to feel fuller longer, you want to fuel your body at optimal level, you're going to try to eat the things towards the top of the list. Have a nice balance throughout your day. Try not to eat everything at the bottom of the list, all right? Everything is, if you can plop it in the container and put the lid on it, that's a serving. It's that simple. There are, however, a few things that are measured out in number. So on the veggie list, your asparagus. You don't have to try to cram your asparagus in your green container. It says 10 large spears. That's a lot. 10 large spears of asparagus is 1 green, okay? So unless it's otherwise stated in a number, you know that a serving is going to be whatever you can put in the right color-coded container and still get the lid on it. Protein, guys, just a word quickly on protein. Try to keep it simple at first. You don't want sodium, so the least processed the better, and the whiter the better. So lean ground turkey, chicken breast, skinless chicken breast. Use Mrs. Dash no salt seasonings. She has an entire line of them, and they're all super good. Stock up on no salt seasonings for your meat. 2% Greek yogurt, not fat-free. You want the fat. It'll help you feel fuller longer. 2% Greek yogurt. Cottage cheese, 2% as well. Those are good protein sources if you're not a big meat fan. Pork chops every now and again, lean ones, are just fine. You can see red meat is actually in the middle of the list. It's not even the bottom. So, we try to eat more white meat than red meat, but we love red meat. We will have red meat one to 2, sometimes 3 times a week, but we try to limit it to once or twice. A lean sirloin steak is fine. When we do hamburger, we do lean ground beef. So follow that. Your yellows. Oh, really quickly, I wanted to point this out too on the reds. Notice deli meat, turkey bacon, it's all on the list. It's all okay. I just wouldn't eat it several times a day, and it's because it's processed. There's a lot of salt, there's a lot of nitrates. So try to limit that to the best of your ability. Your yellow containers, note towards the bottom of the list is where you're going to find your bread, your bagels, your tortillas. Note the size of them. Again, none of these things are bad. They're all on the list. But aim for the things at the top of the list, your sweet potatoes, your beans. Your beans are carbs, not protein. Aim for those things first. And if you're going to eat the wraps, I do, sandwiches, I do, make sure you're looking at the sizes. Your tortillas are 6-inch. That's 1 yellow, not the big burrito size tortillas. All right? And then don't gloss over the back. I'm going to let you figure out the back, and then you can ask me questions, but take a look at the rules on milk. Unsweetened almond milk is the best way to go if you're going to use milk in your shakes because it's more bang for your buck. And you have a ton of free foods, freebie seasonings, recipes, how to make your coffee without the cream and sugar. And if you have that addiction, I did too, talk to me. So let me know if you have questions.